H. Now, if you watched the last live stream, we talked about Nipsey Hussle and the prolific album. You already know we asked a very important question. When an artist passes away,
last live stream.
oh, you good? Nah, but when an artist passes away, who really controls their music and their legacy? Well, now we have a situation involving Tupac that brings us right back to the same conversation, except Tupac has been gone for almost 30 years. Now, Daz Dillinger and Tupac estate are now fighting over money, royalties, accounting, and unreleased material connected to one of the most valuable legacies in hip hop. But before we get started, it's your boy Klasic from Klasic Live. I'm a music producer, work with 50 Cent, will.i.am, Kendrick Lamar, Kid Ink. The list goes on and on. I got the homie OG Corndog with me in the building. And before we get started, I'm going to need y'all to do two things, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Get us into the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all do whatever you got to do to show y'all love. Hey, it's nothing. Support is free. All you got to do is hit that like, retweet, whatever it is. But yeah, let me continue though. Afeni created Amiru Entertainment to handle Tupac's unreleased material and intellectual properties. After Afeni died in 2016, Whalley, he signed Tupac to Interscope, and he continued managing the business. So here's where the story gets interesting. Tupac family benefits from his legacy, but the person with enormous responsibilities for managing that legacy isn't Tupac's sister or another family member. It's a veteran music exec, Tom Whalley, the same executive who signed him to Interscope. Now think about that. Tupac dies, his mother Afeni takes control of the protection of his legacy, then Afeni passes away, and eventually a music executive is sitting in one of the most powerful positions overseeing Tupac estate and business interests. Now, remember, we asked the question when we was covering the Nipsey Hussle prolific album, can an artist really control his music after death? Now, Tupac's situation might be one of the best examples of why that question is so complicated. Also, Tupac's sister has previously sued Whalley, accusing him of misconduct involving the management of Afeni's trust and Tupac-related assets. So now it's kind of getting convoluted between what's going on, because it started off with Daz Dillinger wanting to sue Tupac's estate, saying that they owed him royalties. And now I'm seeing that there's a countersuit going on to where they said that you caused more damage than the $1 million that you're trying to claim. So, bro, have you heard anything about this, or what's your thoughts about this stuff, bro?
Bro, no, I mean, I didn't hear about the countersuit, but I know about Daz, and I feel that he's in his right for, what was due. Um, I think for them to countersue is like kind of petty right there in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because countersuing Daz Dillinger is what I mean. It's petty because that man is fighting for his rights for what he's owed. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be mad at for somebody because that's the reason why you're in the position you are now. If you want to go sue somebody, you go sue the guy that's in the control of the state. Get your money that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't countersue someone that's in the same position that you are. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. Uh, that man just fighting for his own rights for what he did in the business and never got paid for it. He don't receive no royalties of nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's no mention of him doing the work. Uh, that's why he's in this predicament. I ain't gonna say predicament, but this situation with him and his cousin Snoop Dogg. And hell, Dr. Dre probably has something to be responsible for that too. Because when I hear, you know, Daz do the work, Dre come in and finalize and put his touches on it and call it his. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear say YouTube streets, Rumorville. You know what I'm saying? For them to come after Daz, the members, the Tupac members or Tupac family to come after Daz, I don't think that's cool. Because I think you got a problem with that person that's not paying you in the first place. That's who you go after. You know what I'm saying? Leave that man alone. He fighting alongside with you. And you can use him as a tool to get what you want. You know what I mean? So I don't I see this as a lost cause when it comes to that fighting against uh uh Daz. Because like I said, Daz is only fighting for what's due and what's owed to him. He's not being vindictive about it. He's only stating through facts or what he knows that he did in that genre of hip hop for in order for him to blow up. Because I ain't gonna say some, but goddamn, you gotta say most. I ain't gonna say most, but most of the All Eyes on Me album related to Daz is something in specifics to where yeah, I put a stamp in hip hop and no one knows that I did it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he should be benefited from that. Honestly, I think he should be benefited from that. The part where the estate of I ain't gonna even say the estate of Tupac because they're not the estate. They're not the one in control. So you can't even say the estate. You know what I'm saying? Because if they was the estate, they would be the ones in control and they wouldn't have to worry about probably possibly suing the guy that's in full control. That's the guy you want. Lee, you don't have to go after the smaller the that's not it. You don't look down to go up. You know what I'm saying? That's my point.
Let me get this straight. So you saying that I understand your point of what you saying that all right, it's petty for them to countersue, but you think that Daz is trying to sue Tupac relatives and not the estate?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying no. I'm saying this is what you were telling me that not the estate because they're not in control. Okay? Who's suing or trying to countersue Daz Dillinger? Who is that?
From the research of what I've seen, it says Tupac estate. So
okay.
I'm gonna assume that there's multiple people that's involved.
Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's go. Tupac estate. When you say that, okay, that means whoever's in control is countersuing Daz. Whoever's in control, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking you speaking on family members or a family member of Pac that's countersuing in place of Pac for Daz Dillinger. Daz Dillinger, go for it, bro. Cause you ain't got nothing to lose. You already lost from back in the days of you not being paid your royalties of what you've done. You know what I'm saying? So you got nothing to lose. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? Now the countersuing of the estate of Tupac, whoever's in control, that's the part I'm talking about. That's okay. So it's not a family member; it's the top guy.
They saying that Tom Whalley or Whaley, which is the dude that initially signed Tupac to Interscope Records, and we seen that that they said that Tupac's sister accused Tom of some, wrong conduct and misappropriation of different things. So
Okay.
from what I'm seeing is that Afeni established a trust to where I'm pretty sure the siblings, once she passed away, will have some type of control over that. So now it's a situation where Tom and Afeni
Mm.
children are going back and forth as far as what would be the best solution for what's going on. So the countersuit can most likely come from Tom, but it could come from Tupac's sister or anybody else that's a part of that.
Because of rest,
Huh?
because of representation.
Yeah. So for them to countersue, I would think that they'd have to collectively agree on that to where they finally go through with everything.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So my thing is that honestly, if you're saying that you're owed money, and one thing that I do know about the record labels, they will find ways to exhaust your funds to where you think that you have money that's in on the books and everything, but they done made sure, hey, well, when you went to go get your Uber Eats, that was $500. When you went here, this is 2,000. They will turn up the tab on you to where you would think that you have money to recoup, but then you don't. But there's $1 million that they're talking about as far as Daz, because from what I read, they said somebody, Daz was looking for a couple of million, and the estate said that you've caused more damages that was more than $1 million. So they're basically saying that, hey, we try to put out a lot of these fires of the bad business that you've been doing to where, hey, you're making business look bad for us to where we can't recoup certain things. That's what it sounded like. And to be honest with you, I'm just thinking about this off the head, that can be some bullshit, because at the end of the day, you would have to show where that they lost damages from, because defamation is a thing to where you can lose certain potential contracts because somebody been talking bad about you. But in this specific situation, I believe that you would actually have to explain and show proof that people wanted to do business with you, and because Daz Dillinger did X, Y, and Z, then that's how business fell through. Don't forget, Daz is someone that said that he stole the masters of a lot of Tupac songs, and when he was told to return them, he gave them back blank masters. So he said himself that he stole from them. Yeah, he said himself that he stole from them, and he's in possession of unreleased Tupac material. And since they're not giving him no money, he's going to find a way to get the money back himself. You feel me? So, the game is pretty shady to where a lot of people can get a hold of a lot of stuff like that. Like I've heard a lot of stories of like DJ Clue and DJ Who Kid getting sent records with people being in the studio with people, and that's how records get leaked and everything. But in this situation with Daz, it's a little bit different because he actually owned the records and he took it amongst himself to take all the masters that he could when all that's the transferring of power around the Death Row time, when because Death Row went through like damn near like 2-3 people so far, right?
God damn, that was a smart decision to do.
You know what? I agree and disagree. It was smart to do that, but then getting on interviews and bragging about it did nothing but paint a target on your back to where now, if that's what you're saying that you did,
you're saying too much.
Yeah, we can come after you and sue your ass up out the fucking waters to get whatever that you took from us back. So that was quick, fast thinking about taking the reels and all that stuff when people wasn't worried about that. But Daz was talking too much. And I think he possibly talked so much to where he kind of shot himself in the foot.
Talked his way out of a bag.
Exactly. And that's why they say less is more. So the video that I came across, and I just saw the title because this is we can't really say it's an exclusive, but I know not too many people is talking about this topic. It's going over a lot of people's heads. A lot of people are talking about the Keefe D situation because I think the trial just started where they got all the witnesses.
They got all the witnesses. They definitely had that gathered together. But it was just first week was this jury selection. Jury is selected. Next week it's going down.
Okay. Well, if we got some more time, we'll delve into that because I know you've been doing your research and your due diligence on that. And I ask you for what your opinion about everything that's going on with that. But before we even get into this video, for those that's watching, make sure that y'all, y'all hit that like, subscribe, retweet, whatever it is, hit that follow. Make sure that y'all get us in the algorithm so you can catch up with us whenever we go live. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and make sure y'all be there. Okay, so now this video is by Bomb First, and it says, let me switch it up, and it says, Tupac estate sues Daz Dillinger. He snitched on himself. So let's see exactly how did Daz snitch on himself.
Reggie, as we get set for the trial to officially start with the Tupac stuff next week, I have a feeling that a big thing that they may speak on, or at least be a topic of discussion, is the one face-to-face confrontation that Biggie and Tupac had at the Soul Train Awards when you were there. Can you tell me the story about that and what happened?
I mean, I done spoke on it on several times. And then there's a video that we did over here at Bomb First. Video and a live stream. But hey, of course on the live stream, and I admit, I'll be the first to admit, I used to say Keefe D was in that entourage or was there and was the one that I thought pulled the gun out. But as y'all see, as I do, when I make a mistake and I was corrected by Gene Deal and C Gutter came out and said he was the one that actually pulled the gun. Well, listen to what I said.
One of the guys who, I agree with Gene now. If Gene said it, the guy said it. I always said it was Keefe D with him. Keefe said he wasn't there. Gene said it. Gene don't say he wasn't there. He just said it wasn't Keefe D that pulled the gun out. He said it was a guy named C Gutter. I'll give him that. But I know the dude didn't raise that gun. He pulled it out and kept it down low. Me, I got my gun out, pointed at him, telling him, dog, don't raise that gun, because if he raised that gun, he's getting popped that night.
So I'm not.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, we can go listen to the story, but I don't think this got shit to do with Daz Dillinger. But
yeah. I heard what he just said, and that sounds like something else.
Hey, for real. Hey.
That sounds like a story we ain't heard before, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole
what day was
narrative.
That? Huh? What day was that? That's what I'm saying. A whole different narrative. What day was that? Because that wasn't the night of what? You know what I'm saying? This sounds like something before.
Hey, and the crazy part about it is, sidebar, do you think Reggie Wright is a credible source? Because I've been hearing interest about different things. I
know, man. It's kind of hard to believe. I mean, really, man, like, I can't take no honesty of him being pure in the heart. You know what I'm saying? For some reason.
That, you think that he's doing that, whatever he say, he's doing it for ulterior motives?
I don't know what if it is, it's for protection of himself. You know what I'm saying? And some of the things that he say sounds like he's talking in code, and not only code. I mean, if you're gonna say what you gotta say about the subject, be straight up about it and tell it. You know what I'm saying? We don't need if you are a former cop, what the hell do you have to hide from being a former cop? Which means you got the right to speak freely. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna look at you no other way just because you was dealing with Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? We all know that you was probably a corrupt cop. I think I knew that nigga when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah. I mean, it ain't no. Tell it what it is, bro. You lucky to be here now from the discrepancies of the COVID that you suffering from it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The repercussions of it. So what do you have to lose, man? Tell the truth about everything. Don't try to undercut or in a hidden message, say what's up. You know what I'm saying? For real. If you got some real tea about what's going on in the situation of the subject that we talking about tonight with Tupac and his estate and who's in control and all of that, that's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear none about these war stories about what happened in the past. Talk about what's going on and what can happen in the future because of what you know. That's what I want to know. You tell the truth. Don't hide and cut and hide behind corners about it. And speak in metaphors. Don't do that. Speak direct and fully.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga corny be wanting people to put their life in danger.
Man, fuck that, nigga. This motherfucker is a former cop.
Hey,
from the Compton, from one of the most corrupt police departments in Los Angeles. I'm gonna say that right now.
And with you knowing that, don't you think that he knows a lot of like you said? Don't you think he knows a lot of shit that's what's been going on? But he's kind of like tiptoeing around that shit.
Of course. And what do you have to lose, man? Your days are numbered. What do you have to lose? Tell the truth. Tell everything that you know. Don't die out. Go in your grave holding on to them facts. Let the world know, bro, because we want to know. And there's a lot of things he's holding back on. You know what I'm saying? Which is why he can't be trustworthy of what he says. For real. Because you're talking too much in code. You don't need to talk in code. You are a former cop. There's no reason for you to talk in code unless you're holding that still allegiance to your boy Suge Knight, who is not going to be getting out. If he ever get out, you ain't going to see the day, and he probably won't see the day. So tell us the truth now.
I'm not gonna lie. Didn't you say that we gonna get back to this video, but didn't you say or did you hear about they said Suge Knight might be somebody that be testifying in that Keefe D situation?
Yeah, but he's denying that. He doesn't want to show up. He's not gonna show up. And yeah, he's one of them. And also they came after Diddy, but that's not happening. The prosecution came after Diddy just for the simple fact they wanted him to prove a disbelief of what Keefe D is saying in court. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? He might still be subpoenaed for that. But, I heard that he's not supposed to be showing up either. It would be interesting for either one of them or both of them to show up in that testimony. Woo! Boy, that would be gold. That would be gold right there.
Yeah, and honestly, like I think I told you that before. I was like, yeah, I don't think he's gonna testify or anything. He's gonna try to keep the G code and don't say nothing. So, yeah, that'd be like very slight because honestly, unless Like, when is Suge Knight supposed to be getting out anyways? Like,
shit, how long you been in?
a
4
long
years?
ass time.
4? It's been 4 years?
Yeah, it seemed like it
I
was
want to
longer
say,
than that.
are you serious? Nah. Yeah, 6. Maybe 6? 6, 5. 6 to 5, I would say. Right? He got
it
23
says-
more years to go.
He said Suge Knight went in 2018 and he's doing a 28-year sentence.
2018.
Yeah, 2018 and 28-year sentence.
Yeah, 20 more years to go.
Yeah, man. Shit.
No, that's a negative. Don't expect that man to be coming out. If he did, it'd be a miracle. You know what I'm saying? If KBD get out, it'd be a miracle. There's so many miracles in here for this that I think God would be like, I'm gonna sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, read what you sow, the whole 9, read the Bible. Yeah. Reggie Wright. I can't believe him. Now, because I'm a type of person that knows when a motherfucker's lying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if he was to say something that was real, I'd be like, oh, I've never heard this before. He looks like he's really telling the truth. If you're in your dying bed, confess. That's your best bet. That's your best bet to open up those pearly gates. You have a secret that the world wants to know. That's something you should go ahead and let go and let the world know before you go.
I know I was talking shit a little bit earlier, but I low-key agree with that. That's some real shit, though. Yeah, at that point, you really don't have much to lose and shit. If anything, like shit, do a tape confessional or some shit that, hey, don't release this until I die, or whatever.
Fuck that. Get on YouTube and go live like you've been doing. Like you've been doing. Get on there. Hey, people, I ain't got too much. I'm probably going to be gone tomorrow, so I'm going to say this right now. That's what I want to hear. I'm going to believe that. That nigga, he going to be gone tomorrow. He know he going to be gone tomorrow. I'm going to say what I need to say right now. If I were to get my good graces of God, and I've been holding on to something that everybody needs to know, I'm letting that out. And I'm not that type of person in the first place to be holding that shit in. That's going to damage me. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna rotten my soul. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put that out there if I know about it right now. You understand what I'm saying? Man, I don't care. You call me a snitch. What? What you gonna do to me? For me releasing information that the world wants to know. If I knew it, I'm telling. Especially when it came to my Zodiac twin, Tupac. That is my brother. You know what I'm saying? I am definitely letting everybody know. You can't tell me nothing. I don't care what you say. You call me a snitch all you want. Nigga, what? You can come match it in the street if you want. I don't care about that. But I'm going to tell your ass, and I'm going to tell the world what it is. Because it's old. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody on this planet that knows, like Keefy D knows, and there's other information that they know not only about that night, about other things too that happened before that night. Where are those stories at? Where are those stories at? You know what I mean? Where are those stories at? Including when Tupac shot them cops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's stories on that hasn't been released. I'm talking about on the cop side. What was their perspective? What is their story? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the real story. He's gone now. you might as well tell it. The truth. Don't leave us with lies to make yourself look good after death. No, we're not looking forward to that. We want to know what's going on right now before you go. Okay? Along with Keefy D. Keefy D already done told us. Unconsciously. I ain't gonna say unconsciously, because the motherfucker thought he was gonna get away with it from a immunity of 1 day. Not knowing that the immunity doesn't apply in Las Vegas. And that's why your ass locked up now. You fucking dumbass. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get back to this video, and hopefully, because we only went 1 minute in, but
yeah,
hopefully he gets us talking about what we was actually talking about. Because this nigga's talking about something totally different right about now.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
I like the groupie, the gap tooth. So just because you see somebody, you know him and all of that. I knew of Keefy D, knew of his name, because he was a drug dealer in the city that people used to talk about.
Because he was a cop.
I didn't have any personal relationships with him. I didn't have any interactions with him until the time at the grocery store in 2014 that even Keefy D has talked about. He said the same thing that I pretty much said. But I know, the groupie got to make his little videos to get his little sound bites. But, hey, y'all want to listen to a clown? Keep listening to a clown. But I'm not going to address that clown no more as far as that. Because I know what I said, know what I did, and I cleared it up. Okay. But enough of that. What I want to talk about is Daz Dillinger being the new Keefy D. Daz being the new Keefy D. Right after this video that y'all just heard, y'all about to hear.
Hey Reggie, sorry to interrupt, but I want to let our audience know, if you guys are fans of UFC, you definitely want to pay attention to this. We've linked up with Morgan and Chris to click the...
Matter of fact, I was just watching UFC. Damn, matter of fact, the fight on right now. Man, man. The fight is on now. I know it is.
What Clarissa?
No. Well, I don't know about I'm talking about the other one, the UFC 330. Yeah, I'm in there. I know that main event is on right now, but the Clarissa is probably starting soon. They delayed it. Yeah, I want to see that too. Yeah.
Okay, and for those that might not know, they saying on August 14th, Tupac Shakur estate reportedly responded to Daz Dillinger unpaid royalties lawsuit with the allegation that Daz handling of archival material caused more than $1 million in losses. Daz originally sued in May over royalties tied to All Eyes on Me, claiming he wasn't given accounting statements to verify payments. So that's what Tupac estate had to say back, and that's where they're saying that where the loss of more than millions cost them. So they're saying that since Daz stole these masters could have potentially been on a different project that was going to be released for Tupac, but since the songs are missing, they can't do the contract. Since the songs are missing, they can't get a sync placement. They can't do any business because he stole material that could have been used for an upcoming project. So,
okay.
What are your thoughts about that? Do you think that that's reasonable or is that valid?
Definitely not neither one of those, valid or reasonable, because at the moment, during that timeline of you in possession of those masters, as after the fact of the demise of Tupac, this is during the time that you was the main producer of Death Row after Dr. Dre left, Snoop Dogg left, Tupac is gone, and now you're in control of producing most of the music for Death Row. While Suge Knight is still in control of the label. Now, Daz know the game. He done seen everything that happened in the office. That man said, I'm going to take it upon myself to gather this now. Since I'm not going to get paid for it or they not paying for me to do this now, let me get what I can. He's in the wrong. That's not your property. That is not your possession. Even if you did the production work, okay? The production work you can keep. The vocals is not yours. Okay? I understand the vocals, the production part, you can have that without the vocals. You probably took it with the vocals. So you can hold this in ransom to the negotiation. Not smart. Not smart. That's like in a form of kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? You're kidnapping the vocals and holding them for ransom. Why? Because no one else has the vocals but you, which is not your possession. When it comes to the Tupac estate, now the production work, that's all you. That's yours. Take the vocals off and give them what they want. I would say play fair in that matter so you can get what you want. You holding them for ransom is gonna fuck you in the end. They're gonna run up in your ass for holding on it. Turn that over. Negotiate. You have nothing to lose in the first place. So why not negotiate? Of course they're not gonna come to the terms that you want and how you added up the royalties that you should have. But something is better than nothing. Okay? You're in the wrong in the first place. If you came with a suit for this and then they counter sue you for this, now we got equality. We're equal now. So if you win and I win, we both get nothing. We just both get what we supposed to gain. Now you ain't gonna get no royalties of nothing. All you gonna get is royalties of the production you did, which never came out. I'm talking about the part that the masters that he's holding on. Now the royalties that the music that came out and made money off of that he never been paid from, I feel he deserves to be paid for those royalties. I think honestly, yeah, I think he should be paid for that. But holding on to vocals like ransom of kidnapping, now you done fucked yourself. Now you probably ain't gonna get paid for what you originally wanted. You got out here on the internet, got to talking too much, talking about I ain't gonna say, I don't know if you actually went out and say, yeah, I stole it.
No, he said that.
Okay.
Well, to be honest with you, he didn't say the word stole, but he said I took that shit.
Yeah, but
Same
see, exactly. And that's another thing of what a form of what I like to say is self-snitching, talking too much. If you'd have shut your ass up and you could have held that as a ransom of a back play. When you play chess, learn how to play chess right. You know what I'm saying? You don't reveal your whole plan of what you're going to do to the opposition. You put out pieces of what you're going to do to the opposition. Let them set themselves up, but you don't know how to play chess. I think he's wrong in that part for the kidnapping of vocals. That's how I'm going to put it. You know what I'm saying? The kidnapping of vocals. You're in the wrong. You done fucked yourself now because you're probably not going to be paid the original royalties that you was looking for in the first place from you speaking too much. Not my fault. Nothing I would ever do. That's on you. And I'm sure you're probably thinking about that right now. Damn. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That part. If he would have never said anything about that, held his ground, they probably would have just said, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And you still got it. Now you got to play the waiting game. The waiting game is how long you gonna live and how long they gonna live in order for you to make money off of it. Because you can't make no money if they still living and you try to release it, unreleased masters. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, whoever passes away is still going to be in control of the estate. So you're still going to get sued some kind of way. Shouldn't have never spoke on it. Shouldn't have never said anything about it. Kept that to yourself. Go after originally what you wanted. Get your money that way. That was the best way to go. Now, you got shit to worry about in court from getting paid off the original case that you brought out. They done countersued your ass now. Which means if they win, you get nothing. And they get what you got. Damn.
Yeah, very well said. And I can't really do nothing but agree with that, because to be honest with you, shit, you don't do anything with music, but you know how business and common sense goes. So
right,
what you're saying is he really showed his hand a little bit too early, especially by broadcasting on these different platforms of what he have. Now they can use that same information against you, and you might not get anything. So, hey, I'm not gonna lie, that I definitely got to chop that up, because that's definitely gonna be a vital part of the video that I'm gonna make later. But hey, it's nothing much I can say. Corn Dog really just put the nail in the coffin on that one.
Yeah.
You fucked up by speaking too much, and technically, this is what really got me to where it's all right. Yeah, you know what you're talking about, because technically, depending on how that song was curated, if you use your equipment and the song is saved within your computer and all that, okay, that's yours. But if you're under contract, the label still can say whatever that you create on your shit is still our property. But where he really fucked up at was combining his production with the studio vocals, and you got an engineer in there putting everything together, then it's not in your possession anymore. So now you done stole somebody else's shit, claiming that it's yours because you did production. You know what I'm saying? And that's only 50% of the equation. So yeah, you said a lot with that one. And shit, let's keep it moving, man. Let's see if you say anything else in this video.
This stuff. Sign up for this stuff. Because you might win. It's just like being in a raffle at school. Who knows who's gonna win? Sign up and try to win. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna beg y'all. Let's take 1 minute to sign up and possibly win $2,000 and a trip to a UFC fight. So, hey,
that's tonight.
Hey,
nigga.
Did y'all see what happened to Daz? So Daz and his
what happened?
Big Keefy D running his mouth on the internet. Well, his not criminally yet. His is just civilly. But did y'all see the Tupac estate filing a lawsuit against him for $1 million? Because they said he stole the reels that he was bragging about stealing.
Damn.
And he cost them money. And they not going to pay him 1 red cent, and they wish they can get their $95,000 back. Did y'all see that article? Well, there's an article out there. John will post a little bit of it up for y'all, hopefully. If not, y'all go search it and research it. But they're going after Daz now. They said Daz will not get not 1 red penny. And he done talked himself into a lawsuit, y'all. But Daz kind of insinuated he want to go to court. I don't think he want to go to court for
not if you get countersued.
When he talking about he stole all those reels. When they bring up how he was bootlegging Machiavelli and Dillinger and all of that. Daz about to talk himself. All those little raggedy houses he got. I ain't going to say that because it's an investment.
Wait, hold on. Stop. Yo.
Talked about that the last stream.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to mention that. Is this man Reggie Wright speaking on all the unreleased music that was released to the public? Was that from Daz?
No, but you put yourself in that question now. Hey,
yo,
we know you stole 1 record, but we're gonna say yo ass stole 50 records now.
Oh, 50?
200 records.
Thank you, more 350 or something. I don't know.
1,000, nigga.
Bro, let me tell you, bro, after we got through talking about that on the last episode, shit popped up in my feed. Machiavelli 36. Okay.
Hey,
I said, what? Real? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I popped it on because of that. Huh? What? Let me put this on. I'm listening. And I'm like, yo, I hear the production work. Yo, it sound like what those late tapes or after Tupac sounded like, and it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. So now you speaking on this. Is he the one that was responsible for putting out all this? Was he the one that was leaking all this?
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Hey.
Because, hey.
And that can go in a counterclaim. They can say that he was responsible for all that shit.
Right.
Nobody knows where it's coming from. Daz, I'm not going to lie. Daz really messed up. And this will make you question. He had this falling out with Snoop. He's having this falling out with Tupac estate. If he continue to have all these fallouts, it don't matter. Like you said, like, oh, at the estate countersuit that might be petty, but nah, bro. Like, if you constantly having all these problems with people, either you just on a revenge tour or you might be the actual problem, bro. Like, a lot of these artists, like I said before earlier, a lot of these artists, they deal with these shady companies to where they earned a lot of money, but these record labels would put these tabs on them to where it's a way that they'll never recoup that. And on the other side of that, you got artists that low key spend more than what they actually think that they earned. To where it's like, oh yeah, I got it. They run up $1,000 tab and they only made like 600, to where the labels will be in the red. So we have to figure out what type of scenario this is. Did Daz get his actual royalties, or did the company screw him out of his royalties? And if he haven't got anything at all, because I'm not gonna lie, I got some royalty statements for some records and shit like that. And it's like, damn, a couple of dollars. Okay, this is $1,000. Like some of these checks and these statements that you get, it's like, damn, it only accumulated this much. So I can understand where he's coming from, to where he feel like he got underpaid. That happens. But we really have to go and see the paperwork, which we don't have access to. But that's when the labels going to come around and show like, hey, these are all the receipts of what's been paid off and what hasn't been paid off. And that's where I think Daz might have his bubble burst, or it could go reverse. Like that's why Reggie Wright is saying like, hey, you never know what you're going to get, because he don't know, like we don't know what's going on with the numbers from the labels. But if we guessing, if Biggie's making 80 million last year, I'm pretty sure Tupac estate is up there also. Like they saying Tupac, how much Tupac earned in 2025? They said he earned between, damn, that's crazy. Now remember last time we talked about Biggie earning 80 million last year.
Mm-hmm.
They saying that Tupac estate roughly earned 800,000 to 1 million.
Damn.
Sir, wait. Okay, on Spotify alone, his legacy catalog pulls in tens of millions of monthly streams, which major milestones like All Eyes on Me surpassed 4 billion streams, and overall estate value estimated between 40 mil and 60 mil. But they just saying last year, he only generated down there. Wait, come on now, 800 to 1.2. But then they saying streaming revenue 88,000, 90,000 monthly. So these numbers are like down there cooked.
Yeah.
And it's ranging between 40 and 60 mil. So I'm assuming that it's 40 to 60 mil. Because if Biggie's getting 80, Tupac still has like Dear Mama, California Love. Them songs are still getting placed on different commercials, or they're finding places where they're still using his music. So
okay,
he's still getting the bag, bro.
Right, but let's think about this: the way Tupac's estate is thinking. What about the songs that was unreleased as held for ransom by Daz Dillinger that could have been possibly put out off a new production?
And that's why they said that's why he cost more than a couple of million worth of damages by withholding those records.
But let's say this. What if they never knew about it before he said something about it? Now, if he would have never spoke on it, they wouldn't have never knew.
And yeah. Like they were saying Tupac record what 5-6 songs a record. I mean a night. So
right.
There's a lot of shit to try to keep tabs of, to where you kind of got lost in transition.
Yeah, that part right there. Time, date, time stamps, timeline, all that. You know what I mean? Him holding on to these songs without them knowing what the songs are. And after the years of Tupac, you just hear unreleased track after every year. There was people, let me tell you, there are so many songs about that Tupac made that you haven't heard. And I thought it was a damn robot singing this, or they generated AI before it was generated. Because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. This is too many. Every time I went during the time of when it was like unreleased Tupac songs on the internet, every time I went to a song, it was a song that I never heard before. It was all new lyrics. It sounded the same tempo, but it was all new lyrics that I've never heard them combined together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm like, how? And when I say how, I'm like, his only way is the 5 per day, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Who released this? Who has these songs? And now you got somebody in the latter years, I should say, that's out here claiming that he stole songs.
What Fred Sanford said, you big dummy.
I'm just saying, it's math is easy when you're in elementary. When you say 2 + 2 = 4. Understand what I'm saying? So it's adding up. You look like the corporate right now. You feel me? Honestly, you do. If you had shut your ass up, you probably would have got paid. Now you're not about to get paid. You're about to be paying.
You know what? To be honest with you, even like he could have set it up so much better by just alluding to the fact that, hey, I know where they might be at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you got to say. You don't have to say I took whatever it was, because now if you leading on that you might know where you can get some of these songs from, they don't know how much you got. So you can negotiate like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me get Ego. X, Y, and Z, because let's say you only got 2 songs, but the way that you play it up, they might think that you got 15, 20, 30 songs. You feel me? So
more.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I think Daz Dillinger, from his investments of, you know, the real estate and other different business ventures, I think he's smart, but then at the same time, I think he kind of fucked up and overstepped his boundaries by making certain moves. And like you said, when like you got to play chess, and with him speaking so soon and stuff like that, he wasn't thinking about the long game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that. I got this. Let's get to there, but you need to make big strides and big jumps. Do you feel me? So he failed to do that by speaking too soon, and then now you got people like Reggie Wright coming to, like, he's kind of trying to stay in the middle of everything, but he's keeping it a buck. Like, yeah, you fucked up by speaking too much. This nigga called you the new version of Keefy D. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, they gonna start saying, hey, yeah, bro, he Keefied himself. Like, what?
Yo, and that sounds appropriately proper. It does. It does. I mean, yo, you on the internet, and you know when people get on the internet, you know, they feeling they vibe, they you know, they feeling they self. You know, they made it here to a certain platform and all that, and you know they want to start popping it. You know what I'm saying? Feeling their ego, but still, don't be a dummy. Don't, if you know that you ain't supposed to speak on it, don't speak on it. If you happen to be like, okay, oh yeah, that particular subject, you go like this, you know, hey, you know, oh, hold up, I'm gonna have to say this to after the podcast. That's the proper response. You feel me? That's real shit.
Man, hey, as they said, loose lips sink ships, bro. And
on the real.
Seems like shit's about to start drowning in this motherfucker. But hey, let's keep it pushing to this video, gang.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
But all that he's doing, they gonna put a lien on that shit, y'all. The Tupac estate gonna be living off of Daz.
Oh no, he ain't, because he ain't got nothing.
The reversion rule. Have you ever heard any other artists really talk about the reversion rule? I haven't. Y'all. And he always talk about it in a couple of years. Well, Tupac stuff didn't come out until what, 96, right? Well, that's only 30 years, so he still got 5 more years, even if that to be true. So, but we all know Daz is kind of crazy when it comes to Mal, because he's still waiting for that $1 million check from Egg McMahon. Well, maybe Egg McMahon to give it to him.
Damn, that's fucked up.
That's the only way you're gonna get that money from Egg McMahon. But
Egg McMahon is dead.
That was interesting to see. Did y'all see? I guess the people that sued Faith Evans on the Biggie Small estate.
Oh, we on something else.
Won. The trustees going to win and get some of that money from that royalty statement or that royalty deal that Miss Wallace and them did. Didn't know she had kicked out one of the grandsons from the trust. I wonder what happened to him. And just maybe he was on drugs or something. But I wonder which kid that is, because she was what?
I'm 40.
Hey, gang, D-Love said that there's some feedback in the mic.
Oh, my bad. Let's get it
Oh, good.
right now.
So I tried everything. Rhino.
Good looking, D. What's up, baby girl?
Chris. She was with Little Chris on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, hold up.
So I could tell they had a decent relationship towards the end. So I have to research and see which one that was. But yeah, those are just all the things that's been going on in the media. But yeah, don't y'all let the groupie keep using half pieces of what I say. Well, y'all gonna do it anyway, so I don't even care. And that's all he doing. Is just putting up little pieces. Don't put up everything that Reggie says. But when Reggie talks, you gotta listen to everything he says. And then you'll hear what he's saying. Suge Knight. How those visits going, dawg? I hear you ain't been getting your visits this weekend. You want to know where she been this weekend, Suge? You got any idea? Oh, Suge, you playing? See, there you go, play with Reggie Wright. And Reggie Wright that had to cut your visits off. You want me to send her back to you, Suge? You want me to have her come and visit you, Suge? Yeah. You better see if you can get an attorney visit, or if make Toy get off her ass and come up there and see you. Because Destiny won't be. Matter of fact, I won't let her do an interview with Rodney and Melissa involving. I ain't going to even bring it over here to Bomb first. Y'all be looking out for the interview over there. Bomb first. Peace out.
All right, Daryl Harper. I think a lot of people recognize you from.
All right, yeah. Hey, that was a dope video by Bomb First and Reggie Wright. But you know what I'm saying? From what I'm seeing from all this stuff, it's like Tupac music is enormously valuable. But the people who actually helped create that catalog can still end up fighting over accounting, ownership, and archival material decades later. And Daz Dillinger, in this specific situation, he kind of sold the bag. He fumbled. You feel me? Hey, too much talking, not enough action. Now you put this lawsuit. It's like, how smart are you to put this lawsuit out there, knowing that you have material that don't belong to you, and you stated that you had that material. Now it might actually backfire on you to where they can countersue and say, hey, you might be suing for $5 million, but you caused $30 million worth of damages, and we need to recoup. So now you're going to be liable for some shit just because you speaking on something that you kind of started barking up the wrong tree per se, and yeah, like what's your thoughts on this, big dog? Your mic.
Yeah, I'm here. Test it. 1, 2. Microphone
Bring
check.
it back. Rewind.
Yeah. Rewind it. Yeah, just speaking on that. Daz placed himself out of a bag. What he did unintentionally thought he was winning. I'm about to go for the gold. I'm sick of this. They ain't give me my money. They ain't give me my royalties. I did this. I did that. They know I did this. They know I did that. They know. You know what I'm saying? But he speaks on, man, we got to find that when he spoke on that. I don't know what platform that is, but I would like to hear him saying that out of his mouth, that he stole the material from Tupac. What platform was that on? I want to know. Now let's just say this: if the man would have never spoke on what he did criminally, okay, because I'm going to say that's a criminal act. If he would have never spoke on it, no one would have never known. Because he's the head producer, and probably it would have probably led to him anyway. Because at that, like I'm saying, in that timeline, there's no Dr. Dre, there's no Snoop Dogg, there's no main artist, there's no Tupac, and he is the main producer for Death Row Records at that time, which was some projects that was put out that nobody ever listened to or heard of. You know what I'm saying? But during that time that he was there, those files was available to him. And now let's get to the meat and potatoes of it, of you being there in the physical form of snatching the music. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this in this file over here, put it all over here, and then I'm going to erase all of this because they don't know about it. They never heard it. Now, I got what nobody heard, and I got it all. I'm going to take it, erase these files from Death Row. I'm going to leave Death Row, and I'm going to take this with me. My plan is not to say anything or put the music out. Or if I do decide to put the music out, I'll put it out in increments, in leaks. If you did that, shit, you got to be the only motherfucking source of why all that goddamn music came out after he passed away. Because I was sitting there like, how the fuck is this music keep coming out? I done heard this, I keep hearing stuff year after, man, it was years, bro. Year after year, I'm hearing new material from Tupac. And I didn't know how it was coming out or who was doing it. And I'm thinking this is a goddamn robot or somebody that sound like Tupac making the music. And then I got to the conspiracy that this nigga is still alive. You know what I'm saying? And then we get into the 2015s. And then podcasts start coming out. People start speaking on podcasts. Thinking they forgot about what really happened back in the past. And get to speaking and saying, I stole that. Oh, if you say you stole that, I need that on videotape. On what platform? I need that now. If anybody's watching this in the comments, please provide me for the footage of him saying that. I want to hear it with my own ears. Please provide me with that if you can with your research. Not cool. That's in a form of kidnapping after death. Okay? Not cool. You holding this man ransom after death through his family. They don't even know the music is alive. It keeps coming out. Are you the one that's truly responsible? Because it sounds like you are. I'm honestly going to say that. Like, how is this music keep coming out? Who is doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's Pot. I know his cadence. I know his voice. I know his emotion. You know what I'm saying? And no one can fake that. And there was no AI at that time. You know what I'm saying? Unless you had a fucking real artist that sounded exactly like Pot. And you can't even mimic that. You cannot mimic his emotion like you can't mimic the emotion of DMX. Is what I'm saying. That is genuine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it looks like Daz, JJ, my man, you in trouble. Okay, that's from Good Times if y'all young bucks don't know about, but Sweet Daddy was telling JJ he was in trouble. Okay? JJ is Daz. Okay? Countersue, they're countersuing you for what? For what? Holding Tupac's music for ransom? Knowing or admitting that you stole the music? You came with the receipts first. They brought receipts back to you, and now they're countersuing you. Now you're gonna be in debt, in minus, and negative of your bank account of $1 million. Now, if you wouldn't have said anything about what you did, you would be in a good place right now. But since you got to talking too much and self-snitching, it's hard not to self-snitch now. Believe me, it's hard not to self-snitch. And me, no matter what, nigga, I'm going to be like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Nope, we don't need to talk about that. It's going to come to my mind first. Why would you speak on anything like that on a platform? And I'm sure it was on a platform. You know what I'm saying? About any, not just Daz. I'm talking about Pooh Shiesty. I'm talking about the rest of the motherfuckers that self-snitch on it. There's so many rappers out here today that love to self-snitch on themselves. Not anyone else. They're self-snitching. Okay? They ain't talking about nobody else. They talking about themselves.
Yeah.
That ego will kill you. Don't let that ego be so big to a point to where it's out of your ears and eyeballs and neck. Okay? Don't let that destroy you. Be humble. Be the man who you are from the beginning. If you change, you are no longer that man you was. Okay? That's just some advice from life. Daz, you old enough to know that when you said that, you fucked up. You know you fucked up, right? I kind of feel sorry for him for speaking too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for him because I wanted to see him get paid for what he did. He never got paid for what he did. He fucked himself. He talked too much. If he would have never said that part right there, he would have got paid. You understand what I'm saying?
I think you got a good point, but I think you're being biased as fuck right now.
I'm not. What? I'm biased on what part?
Fuck that. You being biased because if you chat, we had a live stream, right? And we were talking about NBA Youngboy. And he said that if NBA Youngboy ended up signing that contract and fucked himself out of money, he's the dumbass for doing it. But now Daz Dillinger is doing some fuck shit, and he wish he would have never did that. So that's being biased, bro.
No. On that part, it goes into the same how can I say, same category of age. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're that age, you make dumb decisions. Everybody does. I don't give a fuck how the fuck smart you think you are at that age. Daz Dillinger was the same age, along with, I ain't gonna say the same, in that era. Yeah, in that era. I'm not gonna say same age, same era. Yes. How old was Daz Dillinger when he got signed to Dog Pound? Dog Pound.
That we ain't talking about that. When he allegedly stole these reels, he was
see, that's different. I'm talking about when he got started. I'm not talking about when he stole.
Yeah, he was messing around with them pretty young though. But
allegedly stole. Let's say that.
Yeah, that's what I said. But if we talking about the same logic as far as NBA young boys signing the contract at 17 and not paying attention to it, the same shit goes for Daz though. He was young also too. And I think it's fucked up how he got fucked out of his work, because I think Daz is the ultra dope, slept on music producer.
Yeah, he did his job.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're gonna say the same thing about NBA YoungBoy being a dumbass for getting in them situations and getting fucked out of your shit, it goes for Daz too.
I know, but that's not the part I'm speaking on. This is at an older age now. Yeah. Now, as a young, when Daz signed up with Death Row and how he got hooked into Death Row, the man was humble throughout that time. And he was happy to be in the position that he was. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, now any young man, and I said that before with the young boy situation, any young man will be happy to be in that position to see that contract come with you, how much money they paying and all that. You know what I'm saying? I've been in positions like that. They didn't come with no contract. If they'd have came with a contract, I shut it down before the contract came. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hell no. I'm cool. No call after that. Good. Because that's not what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Now, with them being money hungry or just to get into the game. You know what I'm saying? You'll do anything when you're young to get into the game. As you evolve throughout the game, learn the traits of the game. Now you know you done got fucked. Okay? And this is why people leave their labels so they can move on to somewhere else so they don't make those mistakes again. Now, when I'm speaking on Daz, this man made this decision later in life, way later in life. This is not when he was young. Those decisions he's made when he was young, when he was producing music, he was in his 20s. This man is now in his 40s. No, wait a minute. Daz is about in his he about his early 50s now. You know what I'm saying? That's a later in life decision. Early, you money hungry. I get it. I totally understand that. I get that part. But on that point, it's like, don't be a dumbass. Don't look over your contract. Don't have a lawyer read over your contract. You know what I'm saying? Don't sign it before you read it. That was my point then. You want to know everything, every clause, every out of the pocket shit that you don't agree with. If you have a lawyer and you tell them before they read the contract, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with this, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, and then they go read it and come back and tell you everything that you don't agree with, and then you have them renegotiate that contract on that, that's smart business. That's my part. But if your lawyer or if you read it and you sign it without knowing what the true conditions are, you're a fucking dumbass. Okay? Don't just get in there and sign anything, because you could go in there and sign your soul away to the devil. Don't do that, is what I'm saying. Now, later on in life, Daz made this decision to do this. When he did this, he thought he was gonna win. Shit. Now we learn about research on the countersue. It doesn't sound possible for him because we hear the countersue. When we hear the countersue, now we hear evidence against him on some shit that was filed. And when you say you took, you on camera saying it, that's not good. Not only that's not good, you held back. They're right. They're right. They possibly didn't know that he really did this. What if they did? What if they really knew about this the whole time? You know what I'm saying? If they did, they would have sued him a long time ago, right?
They could have thought of like, hey, we missing X, Y, and Z, but not knowing exactly who
and not knowing how it got. And then he says this, and then he's like, you know what? Hey, I want more money for this, and I want more money for that, and I want more. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on board. Yeah, he should get paid for that. But then when you said you holding up lyrics for hostage, and I'm not knowing about it, and they turn around and countersue you, that's not looking good to him, because especially if he stated on a platform that he did that, not looking good for you, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking in the background, and I see from interviews 6 years ago, Reggie Wright respond to Daz Dillinger taking Tupac reels. I see another video 6 years ago saying Dad talking about the same thing. So I don't remember what actual platform that he said that he took the reels, but I remember that he said that, and I could probably put that in the clip in the video if that comes necessary. But yeah, I definitely remember that, and I'm pretty sure the people that's from that state remember that shit also. So you know what I'm saying? Like, this is another dope discussion. For everybody that's tuning in now, make sure that y'all hit that like, subscribe, retweet, follow, whatever it is. Make sure you get us in the algorithm. I'm about to put the channel link in the comment section, so all y'all gotta do is just click on that link and then subscribe to the channel, man. But
right,
yeah, very dope discussion that we have right now. Yeah, all I want to say is, and wrap it up with, is just yeah, Tupac, he definitely had a lot of valuable material. And oh yeah, happy birthday to Nipsey Hussle too. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
Nipsey and Tupac, we've been talking about this like the last few days about like posthumous albums and everything. And although Tupac hasn't released a posthumous album in a long time, we're dealing with unreleased material that could be put out, but you know what I'm saying, people then allegedly stole or took. So, you know, this music industry has so many turns, and the crazy part about it is the business aspect of it, it really gets in the way of the creation for artists, because there's so many different people just worried about the money. You feel me? Like, Daz didn't steal that just because for the nostalgic of it. He stole it because he felt like he was ripped out of some money, so he wanted to do the same thing back. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will do a lot of stuff for this money in this music industry. And yeah, I don't think that it's going to be going in the right direction what Daz think that is going to be going in, because
not
like
now.
Dog said earlier, like, you know, like the dude literally stole, and you stole some stuff that wasn't yours. And that's where the problem is going to go, to where if y'all go to court, it's not going to go in your favor. So I don't know what, like, you, I just find it crazy that you brought up this whole idea. It's like you done stole $1 million, and then somebody stole $10 from you, and then now you try, hey, somebody stole $10. Hey, so where this money came from? And then now they're looking at your stash. You feel me? So sometimes you might have to take your losses and everything.
Damn.
And,
That's a cold point right there, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like
Whoa.
you just blew up the whole spot over some quote unquote crumbs when you actually have way more. And we haven't even talked about that, but yeah, we did kind of brush up on the fact of like the whole Machiavelli of releases and stuff like that. Who's responsible for it? We have no idea.
Yo, somebody put some in the comments, or you tell me where this man stated that he stole Tupac's music. What platform is that? Tell me now. I need to know. Put it in the comments. I need to know that now. That's a must. I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna get on that, bro. I need to find out about that, bro.
Yeah, it's like I already figured out like where people responded to, you know what I'm saying? Because Reggie Wright was one of the people, and somebody else, they said a studio manager from Death Row was responding to Daz. But in order to respond to Daz, Daz must have said something. So that's what I'm saying. It happened like seven years plus ago.
Okay.
And I vaguely
that's good information.
Yeah, I vaguely
that's enough to start.
What platform it was on, but yeah, I remember him saying that shit. And now 7 years later, today, we got all this shit going on. So it's very crazy, man. Another dope live. Shout out to D Love. Shout out to Splashy.
What's up, D?
Everybody that pulled up. For those that's watching, that's not typing or whatever it is, hey, make sure y'all follow, y'all hit the like, whatever it is. Make sure you get us in the algorithm. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Pacific time.
You feel me? So,
yep.
Hey, this is a dope live, dope co-host, OG Corn Dog. You know what I'm saying? On that note, we gonna be out. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now, what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.